Continuing on the custom card review streak, we're going to be talking about an EZA tech pan concept, and it's coming in from Ishin. I like to assume that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Send me Dokkan concepts over to BHL Custom Cards at gmail.com to get to your Dokkan concept as soon as possible. I'm getting all these recent and older Dokkan concepts out the way. So, Ishin, I'm going to assume that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. He says, hello from the Netherlands. Oh, yo, brother. We got people sending cards to the Netherlands. My God, bro, this is, bro, it's flattering. To help out the GT Heroes category even further, here is Tech Pan GT. I kept the spirit of the card intact with much needed improvement. Okay, so I did read the card already because I was up early and I pulled up like the 200% leader skill and all other stuff, and I came to the realization that GT Heroes is still a bad category. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Ishin, thank you for sending your custom card, my brother. Okay, so I pulled up GT Heroes just as like just as to like prove why this category is not really all that great, but we're gonna of course read the custom card first, obviously, right? Okay. So, we have Easy TUR Tech Stamina to Attack Evil Pan GT. I should probably go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Can I zoom out? I could. Now, can I move myself over here? And it looks kind of good. I think that's fine. Because it's still, you guys can still see the passive. Or is this side fine? No, it's blocking it. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and leave myself right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out one more time. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so Bond of Friendship or Dragon Ball Secrets 3 key and 170% across the board. Need 1 key and 30% of the stats goes to GT Heroes, and her super attack, she stacks attack and defense, does immense damage, of course. She has a 50% chance to stun, and she lowers the enemy's attack. So I would say she has a very good combination of super attack effects. She has stun chance, granted you can stun the boss. She has the attack debuff, which you can attack debuff many bosses in Dokkan nowadays, as well as her being able to stack. If I remember correctly, she is a slot 1 unit for her pre-EZA in Vanilla Dokkan today. And her unit super attack with GT Goku, she greatly stacks attack and defense. She does immense still, and she guaranteed stuns the enemy for 2 turns, so that's obviously something you'd want to get off for her greatly stacking. And her unit super attack with Trunks and Giru, which are pretty much the same thing, she greatly stacks attack and defense with the Trunks and Giru unit super attack, what's it called? The unit super attack just effects, couldn't think of the word, as well as being able to have a 50% chance to stun. Okay. So pretty much Trunks and Giru are the exact same thing. And her stats, oh my god, wow, she has a very high defensive stat. Wow. Okay, that's rainbowed. Very high defensive stat post EZA rainbowed. Wow, okay. And these are her base EZA stats. Right over here, I can't highlight the whole thing right here for some reason, but you guys can see it. And her passive, that being We Are Super Strong. Let me go and scroll down a little bit more. She starts out with 200% attack and defense, guard for the first 7 turns, and she launches a guaranteed super attack. And then she also launches an additional attack that has a 30% chance to become a super attack, and then she has 30% damage reduction. And then when she's attacking, she gets 150% attack and defense, which is obviously very, very nice considering the fact that she is a stacker slash greatly stacker. And as the first attacker in the turn, 2 key, 150% attack and defense, as well as 50% damage reduction before attacking. Wow, that is very much needed. And for each attack performed, she gets 25% attack and defense up to 150% attack and defense. And when there is a GT Heroes category ally whose name is Goku, of course, Trunks and Giru attack in the same turn, she launches a guarantee super and she has a 50% chance to crit. Wow. So this girl right here can do up to 3+ supers, 2 being guaranteed and 1 being an additional super attack chance. She can have up to 80% damage reduction before she attacks and then 30% damage reduction after she attacks with her 7 turns of guard. She has easy attack and defensive build-up considering the fact that she can do up to 3+ supers inside of her passive. She has stats for being the first attacker in a turn with that damage reduction, which is obviously very nice for her to fall back on because she's going to be easily a slot 1 unit with that guard and 80% damage reduction. That's crazy. And then to top it all off, she has that 50% chance to crit just for you having a Goku, Trunks, or Giru attack in the same turn. Of course, specifically GT Heroes. Okay, so I would say her EZA looks quite good. I don't think this EZA is really missing much. I don't think it is. Now, here's my thing. So one thing I will say is that GT Heroes is not really in the best spot right now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my camera for this one, so that way you guys can see the whole category. GT Heroes is not all inside the best spot. So, granted, you could run double LR Super Saiyan 4s. Sure, but the problem is that before they're able to get to like their post fusion, they're not a slot 1 unit. They have to stack up a bit before you can go ahead and comfortably put them inside slot 1. So the team is severely lacking slot 1 options. It's like the best options you have here. Let's just go ahead and not count the little easy A concept that we have for, I said custom card at the beginning of the video, excuse me guys, this little easy A concept we have for this tech fan. Let's go ahead and not count her. All right, let's just say that this is a concept that comes out, I don't know, seven days from now. Yes. So if we take a look at this category, like the best options we have here, so for starters, 1 and 2 being the Golden Week duo, that being the SSJ Goku and then the SSJ Vegeta. Obviously, of course, they're not, when I say 1 and 2, I don't mean like they're like the best characters on the team. I say like 1 and 2 for like team building. So 1, 2, that's 2 options so far. What else? As far as TORs go, there are no TOR options that are jumping off the page. I'm not going to go ahead and say the 50% support, well, excuse me, if I remember correctly, is it 70% support? You're not running her regardless because she wants a full AGL team anyways. So it's like 1, 2, the Golden Week duo. 3, of course, they're going to be the leader. Let's see, 4, and wow, is that it? Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like people will point at like these two, but the problem is that in meta content, these guys get cooked, bro. They get their shit blown out. And then this guy wants slot 1? Like, no, hell no. The problem is that this guy is so bad in his base that it doesn't warrant you wanting to run him on the team, because he has to have an item burned for him immediately, bro. It's like Oob is solid, but then like we get on over to the super full power Saiyan 4 Goku, and it's like after that turn of what, like I think like that damage reduction, that one turn of damage reduction, or maybe 1 turn of guard or whatever it is, after that 1 turn of that great defensive ability that he is minced meat, bro. We have 4 viable options on his team, that being you, and you. This team is ass, bro. And if this card was a touchdown 7 days from now, this team will still not be good. I'm sorry, bro. This team is ass, bro. Is it crazy to say that this team is like in the same boat as like GT bosses? It's funny because GT heroes, GT bosses, bro. Probably not as bad as GT bosses. I think I'm trolling there, but this team's not great, bro. It's just not. And then we go on over to her 200 and her 200% leader skill. I'm about to say 220%. Her 200% leader skill, and it doesn't get any better, guys. It's like we still have the same amount of options, do we? Yeah, it's just like 1, 2, and then 3 if her EZA was touchdown 7 days later. Bro, we get less options for her 200% leader skill. And you know what the crazy thing is that Bond of Friendship is the reason why this is being carried. Dragon Ball Seekers, GT Heroes, like hell no. Now granted, for Dragon Ball Seekers, you do have options like Glorio, you have options like Daima Goku, you have option like the Daima Vegeta. There are some good options on Dragon Ball Seekers, don't get it twisted. But like Bond of Friendships would like, is it like carrying this? Absolutely. The Bond of Friendship part of this leader skill is carrying this because it's catered for the GT heroes. But the problem is that there are only 3 usable, I mean, I'm counting her just because of the sake of the video, 3 usable GT heroes if her EZA was to touchdown 7 days later. So it's like her 220, oh my god, why do I keep saying 220%? I'm too used to looking at them. Her 200% leader skill is ass. This is bad. This shit is trash. Oh my god. I'm not sure why I pulled her up. No, I actually I remember. Her 200% that she's on. Okay, I was gonna mention the fact that you just can't run her on GT Heroes. You can't create a real team for meta content to run her on GT Heroes. So we going over to her 200% leader skills that she's on. Outside of the LR Super Saiyan 4s, I think Pathku's a good option. And have you guys noticed that Dokkan has been sprinkling some of these slot 3 gods, like, you know, every now and then? Like, Glorio's an example, and this guy's definitely an easy example. It's like this guy's meant to be ran inside slot 3, and of course you have this guy for his 200% leader skill to Kamehameha, which is funny, because you can go ahead and run double of this guy, and then you can go ahead and get this guy in the leader skill, because he's on Kamehameha. Yes? He is. So, yeah, you can get the GT Goku part of it off. You can go ahead and run this guy as like a double 200% leader skill. Then you grab up Tech Pan, yeah? And then you drop her right next to this guy. And it just works because she'll be able to greatly stack her attack and defense. It's like her best team that she's going to be running on is probably going to be this guy at number 1, and then I would say, oh, excuse me, not this guy, my bad. Let me go back on over 200% leader skills, and then this guy at number 2, because this guy's giving great support. This guy's definitely meant to be a slot 3, 100%. You can run him in slot 2, but I feel as though he's meant to be a slot 3 unit, like absolutely. Yeah, 5 or more key spheres as the third attacker in the turn. He's giving this damage reduction, crit chance, and then an attack and defensive buff for multiple turns. Like, this guy is just greatness personified. He could be slot 2, slot 3, probably one of the best slot 3s in the game, bar none. But yeah, I say that this guy could be ran double of him for this because this support is immaculate. This guy is probably one of the best support type units in the game, no? Because he's giving damage reduction, key, attack and defensive support, crit chance support. He's giving almost all the support you'd want from a character. This guy's just so good. So you can run her on Pathku's team, I'd like to assume, or you can run her on the double Gohan Kamehameha team. Yeah, and that could work because this is just not working. Her 200% is ass cheeks, and then we going over to GT Heroes. There's 3 viable options, bro, and you're not fighting me into talking about these guys. You're not. I've used them in the new content. They get their shit blown all the way back. No item, they get destroyed. You gotta burn the item when they come on rotation, even when they have that 50% damage reduction up. Who gives a damn about them stacking their attack? I am an offensive guy, but this is not gonna work out. And then this guy, you have to, bro. If you have to burn the item for you to get through a run, if you have to burn the item for a bad unit to get through a run, it's just, you shouldn't be running them in the first place. Now, granted, there are there's missions that you have to run specific characters like this in, but you probably shouldn't be running these characters. Bro, he is so bad. Oob is the best part of this card. You'd have to say that. Because when you get into super full power Saiyan 4 Goku, he just gets destroyed. So there's like 3 viable options on GT Heroes. Like 3 or maybe 4 viable options if you want to count the Pan. I'm probably skipping over somebody here. I hope I'm not. And then, what else? Yeah, her 200% leaders. I don't know why I keep saying the 220%. And then, like, we get over here and just a couple options. So that's about it. All right, I'm rambling on, guys. Let me go and pull this right back up. EZA concept. EZA concept. I think this is a really good EZA concept. Absolutely. Yeah, I pretty much broke down her entire kit. And then this is just crazy, bro. This is so crazy. Her defensive stat is so damn high. EZA'd, rainbowed. This is really good. So, who sent this card? I already forgot the name, but thank you for sending a custom card, my guy. A custom card. EZA concept. We're leaving that in the video. Send me Dokkan concepts over to bhfcustomcards@gmail.com to get your Dokkan concept as soon as possible. I get all these recent and older Dokkan concepts out the way. I've been doing a mix and match of picking cards / EZA concepts to talk about, so, you know, it's been randomized, right? I just wanted to mix it up and make it fun instead of going from the older cards to newer cards like I used to do. I just went ahead and just mix and match just because. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys next video. I absolutely love you all. Join the 24/7 Discord server. Link is down below in the description for you guys to join today. We have like a little Dokkan takes chat. We have you know, a little art chat, meme chat, you know, all that little usual stuff. And I do be in there, so you can go and at me and ask me a question about my videos. Listen, I will gladly answer questions about my videos. Listen, people at me in my Discord server. Like, you could at me. So that's completely fine. Anybody could. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and that's all. Peace.